Rahim, 7th class students, D2 Maths, exercise number 1C, question number 11 today. Yes, students, have a look what question number 11 says. Question number 11 says that the frequency f kilohertz of a radio wave is inversely proportional to its wavelength, lambda meter. The frequency of a radio wave that has a wavelength of 3000 meter is 100 kilohertz. So two questions are given. Two questions are asked to find the frequency of a radio wave that has a wavelength of 500 meter, and in second part the wavelength of a radio wave that has a frequency of 800 kilohertz. Students, here frequency is always, its unit is kilohertz, always written in kilohertz, and wavelength is written in lambda form. So the relation between frequency and wavelength is inversely proportional. It's given, and one wavelength value is given and one frequency value is given. By using these two values we can find the value of k, and in this first part we have to find frequency by using this wavelength, and in second part we have to find the wavelength by using this frequency. So let's move. Students, there are two methods of to solve this question. First is how to make a equation by using inverse proportion, just like f is inversely proportional to lambda, means f relation 1 by lambda, and the second method is proportion method. So I found that it's easy than this one, so we will use the proportion method, but you are totally liberal. You can solve this question by any method. So let's move now. What is frequency and wavelength? Two quantities are given, so we will write what frequency is given first. The frequency is 100. Frequency is 100 and wavelength is 3000. The first values are these are. Okay, now we have to find in first part the frequency we have to find, so we will write x here, and wavelength is given, that is 500 meter. So students, here it's unknown value. We can guess from here, is it that is decreasing? So what to do? That is decreasing is mean the relation between frequency and wavelength is inverse. It's mean if it is decreasing, it will increase. Clear? Because here wavelength is 3000, but now it's 500. It is 500 now meter, and here frequency is 100. It's mean it will decrease. So we can put arrow in the upward direction and here in the downward direction. Now we will place the values. We will start writing by the tail, just like x by 100 is equal to tail is 3000 by 500. So how to find the x value? We will cross multiply now. By cross multiplying we got 500x is equal to 3000 multiplied by 100. Actually we want to find the value of x, so we will divide by 500 on both sides because it's extra. Divided by 500. This will cut 100 5 times. 5 6 are 30 and 200. It's mean x value is 600 kilohertz. This is the frequency which we have to find. So we found in part 1. Next move towards part 2. Thus the frequency of radio wave is 600 kilohertz. Now move towards part 2. What part 2 says? Part 2 says the wavelength of a radio wave that has a frequency of 800 kilohertz. So we will use frequency and wavelength same. frequency and wavelength. What the frequency is here? The frequency is the same 100 and wavelength 3000, as these are given here, frequency and wavelength. So now in part 2, frequency is 800 and wavelength is x, because we have to find wavelength, so it will be x. Students, now we have to check that it's increasing, So here the relation is increasing. We will put arrow in the upward direction. Obviously, if here is increasing, it will be decrease here because relation is inverse. So we will write 800 by 100 is equal to 3000 by x. We'll cross multiply now. It will be 800x is equal to 3000 multiplied by 100. It's divided by 800 because we have to find the value of. So we will divide it by 800 on both sides. It's cancelled here. We can cut it 101 times and 108 times. So x is equal to 3000 divided by 8. After dividing, we got x is equal to 375 meter. It is frequency. So students, the wavelength of radio wave is 375 meter. This was the question number 11. So we have solved all questions in part 1, part 2. Practice it frequently and solve on your register, students. Now move towards question number 12. Yes, now question number 12. The time t hours needed to complete a job is inversely proportional to n, where n is the number of men employed for the job. 3 men can complete the job in 8 hours. 3 parts are given to find. Find an equation connecting t and n. Find the number of hours needed by 6 men to complete the job. If the job is to be completed in 3 by 4 hours, how many men need to be employed? Students, this question in question number 12, the relation between time t and number of men n is inverse. The relation is inverse. It's given inversely proportional. Here men are given that 3 men can complete the job in 8 hours. Time and men are given. So in part 1, find an equation connecting. We have to find the equation that is connecting n and t. Then in part 2, we have to find the number of hours. Meantime, we have to find by 6 men to complete the job. Men are given. Time we have to find. In part 2, time is given. Men we have to find. So students, move towards solution now. So since t is inversely proportional to n, it's mean t is inversely proportional to n. We have to remove the sign now by placing constant. T is equal to k by n. Put t value and n value by placing. We have to find the value of k now. When n is equal to, students, n is 3 men and time is 8 hours. First of all, we will put these values. N is 3 and t is 8 hours. So we will place these values in this equation. 3 is equal to k by 8. We want to find the value of k, so its denominator we don't need. We will multiply it by 8 on both sides. We will multiply by 8 on both sides because it's equality. So we will multiply on both sides to sustain its equality. So k is 24. Now we have found 8 3 times 24. Now move to Now in part 1 we have to find the equation connecting t and n. That equation will be t is equal to k value we will place is 24 by n. This is our part 1. We have connected equation, that is they both are inverse relation t and n, and 24 we have placed the value of k. Now move towards part 2. Find the number of hours, mean t we have to find, whereas n mean number of men is given, that is 6. So by placing the value in this equation, that is our general equation, by placing these values here, t is equal to 24 by n. T value we have to find, and 24 by n is 6. 6 4 times, it means t is equal to 4 hours we need. Fine students, part 3 now. So now the number of hours needed by 6 men is 4 hours. So now students, in part 3, when t is equal to 3 by 4 hours, n we have to find the number of men we have to find. By placing the values in the same equation, t is equal to 24 by n. T value is 3 by 4 is equal to 24 by n. We want to find the value of n. These both are fractions and equality sign is between them, so we will cross multiply them. That is 3n is equal to 24 multiplied by 4 is equal to, it will be 96. Basically we want to find the value of n, so we will divide by 3 on both sides. 3 times and 3 2 times. It means n is equal to, means number of men is equal to 32. Since 32 men need to be employed. This is our question number 12, students. There were 3 parts were given. We have solved this easy method. You will practice it frequently. Solve on your register, students. Inshallah, I'll check in next lecture. We will start the next question. Till then, Allah Hafiz.